I just need to answer this. I watched an interview where former President Olusegun Obasanjo was saying that, why the country is where it is at this point is because President Bola Tinubu came to office unprepared. He made reference to some declarations by President Tinubu when he took office, the removal of the fuel subsidy, floating of the naira, and some other policy reform statements that he made. He said it's because President Bola Tinubu was not prepared, and a lot of the situations Nigeria have had to face because of all of these ongoing reforms could have been avoided, that a proper study was not done before some of these pronouncements were made. How would you respond to that, especially now that we're seeing the reports or the ratings by Fitch, upgrading Nigeria to B from B minus?
Well, let's focus on what cannot lie. I have a maximum respect for former President Olusegun Obasanjo, but we're going to focus on what cannot lie. If you say that President Bola Tinubu was not prepared for office, look, if you go back to the campaigns, what did President Bola Tinubu say he was going to do? He said he was going to do 4 cardinal things. He was going to remove fuel subsidy, he was going to float the naira, he was going to bring about local government autonomy, and he was going to provide student loans. He said that this was what he was going to do during the campaigns. Right now, 2 years in office, he has done each and every of those things. And that is just a prima facie example of somebody who was prepared for leadership. And then if you go back again, if you look at something like fuel subsidy was costing Nigeria so much money, I think it was costing us about $1.2 billion every month. Now, that was not money that we had, it was money that we were borrowing. But a lot of Nigerians don't know that even beyond fuel subsidy, we were spending $1.5 billion subsidizing the naira. And Nigeria could not afford that. So if you look at our debt profile right now, a lot of people make the mistake because when you compare debt profile, normally what people tend to do is that they look at quarters. So on a quarterly basis, from the third quarter to the fourth quarter, our debt has gone up. But if you take the debt that President Bola Tinubu inherited from the Buhari administration and compare it to the debt now, our debt has actually reduced. And the reason why our debt has reduced is because we have cut out these wasteful expenditures.
It is. All right, then we must go now. I must thank you very much for your time. It's always a delight speaking with you, Reno Omokri, political analyst, columnist, and author. Thank you very much for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me, and may God bless you.
Thanks. God bless you too. Well, that's it on the program.